This desktop USB mic will make you sound a lot better. Let's check it out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm testing out another microphone. It's so important to have really good sound, whether you're live streaming, you're on a Zoom or a Meet call, or you're just experimenting with different things, or gaming and recording yourself for a podcast. All of those situations, better audio gives you better results. Enter this. This is the XTUGA X-4 USB desktop condenser microphone. And as you can see, it is pretty hefty. It is a large microphone, but there's a lot going on inside to give you the best possible sound. And let me just show you right off the bat. So here's the front, and then here's the back. And you might wonder, why'd they put the mute button on the back? And that is a good question. I think that's just where it fit. But those two volume controls are probably more important. The top one in particular being gain control, where you want to not quite get into that red zone on your recording or streaming device. But let me give you some specs and then we'll do a demo. So 40 to 18,000 hertz at 48 kilohertz sampling rate, minus 39 decibels sensitivity, 66 decibels signal to noise ratio, and it has 4 polar patterns. Let me turn this around and you can see these 4 patterns, and here's a handy cheat sheet, are stereo, cardioid, bidirectional, and omnidirectional. And they're all to do with where it's trying to pick up the sound. And if you're using it yourself, you can leave it omnidirectional, and then you don't have to care what direction you have it facing. You could even have it with the mute button in front if you want, because it's picking up from all around. But generally, stereo is probably going to be your best bet. It does have built-in noise reduction circuitry, so if you're doing this in mom's basement while the other kids are running around screaming, it should cut down some of that background noise for you. Or alternatively, you're in an office and your office mates never quite get quiet while you're actually on a call with a client. Both situations, it's going to really be helpful. I really like the mute button. It's all metal casing, so this is a big, chunky, substantial guy. And I want to show you that props to XTUGA. It ships with 2 really nice cables, one of which is USB-C to USB-C, and the other is USB-C to USB-A. So I really like that flexibility. I know for companies, it doesn't cost them much to add a second cable so you have that flexibility. So let's plug this thing in, and here's a quick view of what's on the underneath. So there's that Type-C or USB-C plug. That 3/8 inch is so you can mount it on a different stand or have it hanging over your desk. And that AUX out is the ability to like plug it into speakers or something, in addition to that headphone jack. Now the headphone jack gives you the volume control, so that's a big difference there. But I'm going to plug in this USB-C, and then I just happen to have a Windows 11 computer here. So let's move some stuff aside here. And this is my Lenovo Yoga. Really like this PC. I'm going to log in with my fingerprint sensor. How handy is that? And we'll plug it in, and what will happen is the microphone should just immediately light up. And it is plug and play. And sure enough, you can see that mute button has lit up. And if I push it, it goes from illuminated blue to a flashing blue. So flashing blue tells me that it's actually in mute state. So I push it again. And that's about all that lights up, but that's pretty important because it does give you that visual feedback. Unfortunately, it's on the back of the microphone. And let's see, I'm going to spin this around. There's a little bit of adjustment you have to do the first time, as I am doing, to pick which pattern. And I'm going to just go ahead and pick omnidirectional. And then I'm going to do, well, since I'm omnidirectional, I can actually do it the other way. So I'm going to do it like this, and then I'm going to go into Sound Recorder on my PC, and we are going to get some audio sample. Let's see. So this looks like that's the right one. So now what you're hearing is my voice as picked up by the XTUGA X4 USB desktop condenser mic, and I'm going to push the mute button, and you could hear my voice went away. So really nice. And now I'm going to adjust the gain a little bit. So as I turn the gain up or down, I'm not sure what direction am I doing. Yeah, as I turned the gain up, I should have gotten just a little bit louder, but mostly what you want to listen to here is the quality of the audio. It's a really nice microphone. It does a really nice job of picking up my voice. So that's my demo. Let me switch things back so I can show you a little bit more. So it is indeed easy to work with. It is something where, you know, this very first time I plugged it in, I had to figure out a couple of different settings and maybe adjust gain a little bit. But that's all stuff you can do ideally with your headphones plugged in. And so you're actually getting what they call a studio monitor. So you're getting the ability to hear exactly what the mic is picking up, which then gives you the ability to adjust the gain and to try different of those four polar patterns. Again, stereo, cardioid, bidirectional, and omnidirectional, and pick the one that works best for your environment. And one of the things that you might want to be aware of is that you don't want to be popping your P's, which isn't a big deal when my microphone's not in front of my face. But when it's like this, especially if I lean forward because I want to talk like this, then, you know, if you have that sort of sound, then there are shields you can get. And actually XTUGA has a really interesting shield as a separate product you can acquire. I also want to highlight that it comes with the most amazing case. This little briefcase, basically, or suitcase, is actually how you carry your microphone around. And I really love this. It's not very heavy duty, but it definitely is going to make an impact. If you're going over to a friend's to do some streaming or something and you pull this out and pull out your microphone, they're going to be like, whoa. Like, independent of how it sounds, it's just going to make an impression, and that's actually really fun. So that's pretty much what I got on the microphone. So it does have that USB-C. You can plug it into your phone or plug it into a computer, as we did with this Windows machine. It's also Mac compatible, should work fine with Linux and Chromebooks because it's a microphone. You plug it in via USB-C or USB-A, and you're good to go. It just comes up as one of the input devices. That 3/8" mount hole is really great. If you are a podcaster, then you might well have one of those articulated arms so that you don't have the microphone on your desktop because you don't want to get any sounds. If you're typing, you don't want it picking up all those vibrations. This is isolated, so it shouldn't do that anyway, but even better would be to have it just sort of floating above your work surface. So it supports that. There's lots to like here, but mostly what I really like about it is that it has really nice sound. And it is sort of a nostalgic design. It does make me think like it's from the 1940s. Thanks very much for listening, ladies and gentlemen. But that's my voice. It's not going to pick up like that, don't worry. But, you know, you can do audio signal processing and have some fun with it. So that's really everything I got with this microphone. It is definitely one worth checking out. I am going to ask you to subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and click or tap on that subscribe button. Hit that bell icon for notifications of my new content. Give me a thumbs up if you found this of value. Obviously, I hope you did. Great. This is the XTUGA X4 USB desktop condenser microphone, and it is $119.99 at xtuga.com. I also have a discount code if you want to check that out in the description. Otherwise, just go straight to their site. Check this one out. It is definitely a nice microphone, and it will be a big upgrade if you've been using the built-in mic on your laptop or something. Oh boy, you're going to get a huge step forward when you actually switch to this. So that's what I got. I hope to catch you in my next video.